Hey, have you ever wondered how to take professional pictures of your cheer and stunt athletes, but you're just not quite sure what to do or what kind of poses to do? That's what we're going to do today. So I brought Miss Emma with me today to demonstrate and model all of the poses. Why don't you come along? As we go through this shoot, I'm going to be talking and letting you know what I'm doing to kind of guide her through posing. And hopefully you can pick up some of these tips and tricks and use them for yourself. So the very first tip that I have for you is get down low. I shoot almost every single one of my pictures either below, like a little bit below eye level, or actually low. So when I'm taking pictures of someone like Emma, she's got a nice long body. I could get away with standing up a little bit, but since I'm 6'2", I'll show you what I mean. If I stand up and take this picture, she's going to look much more squatty than she is going to be long and lengthy. So we'll take the first one here of the young lady standing up. And then I'll just get down low and you'll see a complete difference in how her body looks. So the next thing I would suggest is you coach your athlete, but the thing that I see parents doing a lot is they keep telling people, like, they say, "Oh, Emma, stand up straight. Oh, Emma, smile. Oh, not that kind of smile, like a natural smile." And literally by the time that they're getting ready to take the picture, they've turned their athlete into a stiff board who's like, totally smiling, right? So one of the things I try to do is I just try to coach a little bit on the posture, but I let them do their own thing for a while with a few hints. So what I mean by that is, like, I like the way she's standing right now, but I might say, hey, how about your hands on your hips, or one of your hands on your hips? And then I'll take a picture, and then I might say, how about turn a little bit that direction? And if you're going to have them turn, pick something that they can point at, because a lot of times if you just say, turn your body, right, it doesn't mean much to anybody. But if you say, hey, can you take your chest or your face and face it towards that mirror, and your legs, everything towards that mirror. And see, she knows exactly what I'm talking about. So she already knows to pop a knee. So I would say the very first pose that you can do is going to be like a hands on the hips, and then pop that front knee. And she went up on her toe, which is really cool. It makes a nice finished look on her legs, just coming down to the ground. If you want to see the back leg at all, or a little bit more curvature, you could ask them to turn just a little bit more that way, and you'll see all of a sudden she's got a little more curves. First thing we're going to do is our standing poses, just some basics, and then Emma's going to throw in some not so basics. See how she's already got a knee popped, which I love. Oh, there was another one where there was a hand there and a hand here, and then you were popping. Yeah, I love it. I think the back foot, the one that's furthest away from me, if you point that and like a dancer, just make it straight, yeah, and then your hands are up on your hips. And then I think we can also do where your hands are in the high V like you were talking about. That looks cool too. Your hands are on your hips, but I think it's your front knee probably, or your back knee. One of them is going to pop up and come high and complete a full, yeah, just like that. And then is that a normal, natural thing that they ask you to do, to tuck your toe into your knee a little bit?
Yeah.
That's cool. I like it. And then maybe face out there like you were. And I think if you crossed your arms and then just came back to me with your chest turning towards me, I think that looks cool too. The hands, I notice your hands are doing the same thing every time. So it's like thumbs up and made into a little bit of a fist. What was that called? The fist, okay. And then crab claws, okay. I call that fingers out on the front, but crab claws, okay. Cool. What do we call that one you just did? A heel stretch? What's the technique for that? Is there a certain way you're supposed to grab your hands? The heel stretch, you're grabbing the middle of your foot basically, and then both your legs are straight, and then you're going to the high V. The front stretch, so you're both hands right in the middle of your foot again, and then you're going straight up, and both legs are straight again. Cool. How about we do some where you're just sitting on the floor? I would say go down on your knees, or like you are. And one thing I like this pose, but I always ask people to turn their kneecaps, like turn your kneecaps that way, and that way we can have your skirt not be up so much, and it helps. So in these floor poses, a lot of people that I've take pictures of, and you're not doing this at all, but a lot of people like to slouch a little bit, and they kind of roll their shoulders forward. One of the things I ask people to do is go up tall or push their chest out. And it seems to work better than parents in the background going, sit up straight. So, see, she's already sitting nice and straight. I don't even have to say a word. What if you put both hands in your lap and just sit up a little bit? Yep. Palms in the front. Yeah, and that leg was pulled in completely to the middle. Right, and then so we'll just have you put your hands in the front and we'll pretend there's palms there. How about if I just have you turn and point your legs towards that wall, and then pull your skirt down just a little in the front area there, it's folded over, yep. And then maybe the back leg, bring that up, yep. And then that hand just chill. So in this particular pose, what I notice is that people who are nervous, the first thing they do is their hand will go either in a full fist or it'll be like jutted straight out. And so I'm going to have Emma show us what that looks like, and we'll post those pictures in this video. So she's super nervous, make a fist or something, be like, I never do this. And then do that hand straight. Yep. So if that happens, I will typically tell people, go ahead and just release the hand and let that hand just chill, like you're just sitting out on the beach. And I know I sound like a teenager when I'm like 108 years old, but it seems to work. She's already sitting up nice and straight. And then the other thing in this pose that I watch for with people is the back hand. A lot of times people sit like that, which I think just looks super awkward when you take a picture. So I'm going to take one of these. But she sat down, already had it dialed where her hand was spun the other way with her fingers out, which I think looks much better for people. And there's the finished photo. Awesome. So the next one I usually do is where people are on their tummy. A lot of times people will face straight on. What I want you to do is just rotate a little bit. Yep, there you go. And what that keeps from happening is the bottom of your shoes poking through the back of your head. So I tell you what, let's shoot one where you're straight onto me. All right, so this could be a cute pose, I think, but I just don't like the way the shoes are coming out of the back of the head. And I also like to see some legs and body, so I just turn slightly. That's even too much right there. Come back just a little bit. There you go. And then bring your legs up like you had them. All right, and then there we go. And then the other thing you can do is you could be like, oh, how about this one? Or maybe just a little bit of this one or this one. So what you want to avoid is them laying into their hand too much. And then a lot of times, the other hand, I would just say bring it into your chest and tuck it in a little bit. Just the basic splits. So I would pick either 45, doesn't matter. I don't know which way you're going. So. And then maybe come to me with that leg a little bit. There it is. When athletes are doing splits, I see a lot of people line them straight up. And what I think happens is you got one leg out there. You can relax for a second if that's. Did you know we're going to do split stretches today? Anyway, if they line up straight with you, what you end up with is one leg in front and no leg in the back, which I think looks kind of weird. It's almost like this body that's just coming out of the floor. So I like to line them up with a little bit of a 45 so I can see the back leg too. And because of the format of cameras today and what's going on online and everything else, I try not to line them up where they're completely horizontal across the frame either. So turning them gives me a little bit more ability to go vertical without going horizontal. Horizontal, you have no choices. It means it's going to be a nice, narrow, long frame. So good luck finding that. Toe touches. You can start with the cool toe touch. Yeah. Just throw out some flexible stuff. That looks awesome. So when I'm taking these, I'm looking for my timing and her timing. She does the same sequence to go into it each time. Go for it, my dear. And then it's just a matter of hitting the right timing on that. Go for it. I'm going to get it. I'm ready for the hurdler. Perfect. So Emma is very flexible and she's good at this stuff. You may have to have your athlete turn towards you a little bit more. She gets such good extension on her shots that I don't have to worry about seeing her eyes underneath. But if you lose their eyes, usually it's going to be because their arm's right in front. And if all you do is just turn them a little bit, like have them do it less angle away from you, and you'll see their eyes underneath if they've got any kind of hurdler to them. Jumping the both legs up. Yes, that looks cool. The banana. You want to try the banana? That's all right. I know I'm putting you through the course today. The banana. All right. I wonder why they call that the banana, because it looks more like a cookie. A pike jump. All right. I'm ready for the pike jump that's usually ugly. Go for it. Oh yeah, I've seen this before. Your hair makes it though. The other thing you might run into is when you're outside and you're trying to take good pictures. The trick to doing anything outside is going to be to put the sun behind your athlete. When you put the sun in front of your athlete, all it does is it turns their eyes into these squinty little slits and puts a bunch of dark circles underneath. When you do put the sun behind, it's going to be hitting them on, and making a nice outline around them, but you have to expose for their skin. So it's probably going to blow out everything in the background, but they're going to look like they have a nice little highlight, and then their face hopefully is exposed correctly. And you can do that whether they're on the ground or they're standing or whatever. Just always put the sun behind them. The other thing to consider is if you're using a lens that's not protected from the sun's going to be shining directly into your lens and creating some flare, what's called lens flare. That will take the colors and will kind of mute the colors and take down the contrast. So see if you can get somebody to kind of hold their hand over your lens, or if you're using your phone, maybe put your hand just a little bit over your phone, and that way you won't have that lens flare coming from the sun shining directly into your camera lens. I swear I want to make you try an aerial and all that again. We want to do that? Oh, cool. I love that. I love it. I was a little bit early. I'm going to talk to this camera real quick. So one of the tricks of doing this is to pre-focus. You obviously are not going to follow the athlete across as they do their running thing or anything else. So what you want to do is either have them go to the spot where all the action's going to happen, or if you're on a field or something like that, pick some grass or a line or whatever that you can pre-focus your camera on. Because the last thing you want your camera doing is searching for focus as your athlete's coming screaming across there, trying to do their thing. So I'm going to pre-focus again. You got one more in you? Perfect. I'm going to pre-focus right where she's standing. She's going to back out and come running right across where she is going to do her, what am I looking for? Her thing. And then I'm going to catch it. There we go. Completely upside down. I love it. We'll do a close-up. Did we already do a close-up of you? When you came in before? I'm going to have you stand right here. All right. Perfect. And then let me have you turn a little bit to one side and then bring your face back to me. That's cool.
Do I smile?
Sure. Unless you want to be like the badass cheerleader.
We got something.